All right, hello everyone. It's your boy, not Flannel Boy here. It's your boy Drug Rug Boy here for Basement Vapors. So, it's actually been a little bit since I recorded a video. The basement's had some problems. There's actually been the outside water hose pipe kind of broke, and then sent a lot of water down here, so that had to be cleaned up. Yeah, it's been an interesting time. So I haven't been able to record videos for about 2 weeks. And I've wanted to do this video for a long time. It just has been on back burner for a while because, all right, I don't want to record in my room, so I'm gonna record in the basement instead. Here's what I got planned for you today. So you can see, we got an iPriv right here, fully functioning too. Some nice apple muffin. Well, too bad this is so saturated, but as you can see, I got the fucking cotton standing up. So what the hell is that? Well, this, my friend, right here, if you so are inclined to ask, is the... Did I not bring down wire cutters? God damn it, I hate my life. Could've sworn I did. But this is the smokestack build. And as you can see, there's a reason why it's called the smokestack. It all goes up. So, I thought I would bring you guys a tutorial on how to make this. And this screwdriver is too large for these screws. So, that's a perfect time for me to run away, go grab some tools. I'll be back. Okay, your boy, Drug Rug Boy is back. Okay, sorry if I'm out of breath. I ran all the way the fuck upstairs, all the way the fuck back downstairs across the house. I'm out of shape. Okay, so, smokestack build. Does that. Produces really good flavor, actually. So, I'm actually going to unscrew this build here. Now, I've actually tried this build in a couple different RDAs, and it, the only one that I seem to really get it to work perfectly with is the Dead Rabbit. I tried it in the Profile RDA, didn't work so well. I tried it in a couple other of mine. It just didn't turn out as well as this one did. So, I already have a straight wrapped coil right here that I'm going to repurpose. So it's on this screwdriver, if you couldn't tell. It's like right there. What we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to bend down the one lead. We're going to bend down this lead here at a 90-degree angle. So we're gonna have one lead that goes like that. So it's bent down at pretty much 90-degree angle. And I'm actually going to unwrap several of these wraps because it might be too tall. And then now we have this goofy looking long lead here. So now what we're gonna wanna do, you're gonna take it, you're gonna screw in your 90-degree lead into your deck here. Positive or negative does not matter. Get that screwed in. I would put this down in the close-ups, but I think it's a relatively simple thing to do. And there's also 1,000 other tutorial builds on this, and that is actually not what this video is fully about. This video is actually about a juice. I'll get to that in a second here. So I'm gonna keep this planted down here. I'm gonna plant it directly in the middle of all the posts. And then I'm going to take this other lead here. I'm going to bend this at a 90-degree angle as well. So I'm gonna bend this lead. Oh, it's already bent to 90-degree angle, but it's facing the wrong way. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna twist it around. I can't do that with one hand while it's in the air. Okay, so I have this. I'm gonna cut off a lot of this excess right here. That is not needed. And then I'm going to bend this other lead down to a 90-degree angle. Hopefully now the audio sounds a little better because I'm trying to talk over the heating unit. Like I said, I just had a water pipe burst, so I have to have it on full blast all the time. I'm actually gonna unwrap one of these wraps here as I cut off a little too much material, a little too much wire. So, as you can see here, it's bent at almost a 90-degree angle. I'm actually gonna bend it a little more sharply here. Press that in. And then, you kind of have to finagle it in there if you don't get it exactly right, like I didn't. So I have to kind of work with it. So one end goes in the positive, one end goes in the negative, as always. It doesn't matter if you have it directly going across or if you cross over the the little divide here. It's not going to matter as long as there's a positive and negative lead. You don't want a positive and a positive or a negative and negative, as that will not fire, as you need a positive and a negative to make a full circuit, which is essentially what you're doing. You're running electricity from the battery and into a heating element. So we now have this done. So this is a two-stage fun project here. Take my other screwdriver, tighten down these leads a little bit more. All right, it's not the most pretty thing, but since I wrapped it, I just tore apart an old coil. It's not great, but it's all right. So I have this reading at a 0.341 or 314, my mistake. So I have that reading just like that. So new. I'm gonna crank this down from 110, try to glow it a little bit. Crank this down to about 30 watts. Crank that back up because it's gonna go too low. Have that glowing almost perfectly. I heated it up a little too fast, so I've lost all my coloring, sadly. But it's actually glowing quite evenly. It's a little slow it's more of a top-down gradient, but you can fix that by just lessening whichever lead, side is heating up first. So in my case, the negative lead is heating up a little faster. So right now I have it completely glowing out, and I'm going to bring out the piece de resistance for this review. So right here in front of me, I have the Hype Collection Rocket Pop. Yes, a Rocket Pop e-juice. I've actually been wanting this for months and months now. Ever since Dylan said the one vape shop near us in New Hampshire actually carried it, I'm like, well shit, we gotta go. So then we went there, they didn't have it in stock. We tried another one, they didn't have it at all. So we now have this one. So if you never had a Rocket Pop, what kind of childhood did you even fucking have? So Rocket Pop is made up of 3 flavors. It is a popsicle that has a red, a white, and a blue section. The red's obviously going to be cherry, as most flavored red flavored things are. The middle is actually going to be white lemon, which is quite strange. But what else would you put? Would you put pina colada or coconut? Gross. And then the bottom is actually blue raspberry, as most blue flavored things are as well. So with this, the only gripe stipulation I have about this is that you get a lot of cherry. You get a lot of cherry flavor, it's not an equal enough mix of all of them, which is my complaint for it. So I'm actually going to juice up this coil a little bit, just so, well, you'll see why in a second here. So I'm going to rip off about I'm actually going to use about 1/3 of this pad of cotton here. And what you need to do, I'm just going to get rid of some of that fluff there, just so it's easier to work with. So what you're going to have to do, you're going to wad up the end, not like you could roll it like you were putting it inside a coil, but here's what you do. You take it, you stick it under this big old lead right here. You take it, you put it under the long 90-degree lead. And if I could even, I'm actually gonna roll this like I'm gonna put it inside a coil. My fingers are all juicy. All right, so then you pull it under there, and now the fun begins. So now you have a coil that has cotton being wrapped around it, which is very hard to control what happens with it. I've had times where this build produces great, phenomenal fucking flavor, you know, better than anything I've ever tried. And then I have other times where this build just does not work out, either by the way it was wrapped or because of the coil. Because this coil can be very finicky to work with. If you don't get it right, it can be your worst nightmare. But if you get it right, this thing is fucking phenomenal. So now, as you can see, I kind of have it all wrapped around the coil that's right there in the middle. And I'm going to actually cut off a bit of this excess here. So there's that. You don't want too much bunched up around it, because if you cover the bottom of the deck, that's where you're getting all your airflow from. You don't want to cover up your airflow, otherwise this thing is going to taste burnt as hell. You're not going to get good flavor. Like if you were to seal off an airflow on an RDA, you mainly get a very strong flavor. But because of the way this coil is sitting inside the cotton, and the inside tends to dry out very quickly, you will get dry hits very, very quickly. So you want to keep your airflow, you want to keep your cotton out of the way of the bottom of your deck, because it's going to come through your airflow slots, which in my case are on this side of this barrel there. Comes down and goes under the coil and then pulls it up like a chimney. You know, so, you know what a chimney is. Well, on the off case you don't, you got the stove, and then the smoke from the stove goes up out the chimney. So this carries it away, which is why this is called like the smokestack. The Hype collection, you know, Rocket Pop from the Hype collection by Propaganda Premium E-Liquids. We're going to take a rip of this. I got it up on 120 right now. The one thing about this build is sometimes it does heat up the top 3 coils very quickly, and then it immediately just shoots it into the back of your throat, and it really hurts. So you will have to watch out for that. I think that can be just remedied by loosening and tightening the coils as needed, or the coil as needed on the leads. But we'll take a rip of this. I forgot how damn good this juice was. I don't even want to use it because I know I'm just going to keep ripping on it. I don't want to lose it. There's very minimal vape stores where I live, so it's not great. So I mean, I'm not too happy about it, but it's whatever. Good shit. I also got my coffee right here. Hope you got some nice slurpy sounds there on camera. That was probably pretty gross, and I forgot I had the lav mic right here. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this is a little bit of a quicker video. I don't like putting out really long videos because there's not too many people that actually sit through and watch the entire thing. You know, we're slowly growing the channel, but we're putting out really long videos, which is not what people really want to see. They don't want 20-minute long videos from a vape channel, like unless it's some cool challenge. But you don't want me just sitting here talking in front of a camera about a juice for 20 minutes. It's not right. So I'm trying to shorten down the video, so I'm going to keep this outro a little shorter. All right, my name is Alex from Basement Vapors, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.